two-state solution. I've said many times on this show, I am pro two-state solution. Donald Trump is pro two-state solution. Most of his cabinet are pro two-state solution. And Mike Huckabee is not solely responsible for peace in the Middle East, nor will he be able to broker a deal of a one-state or a two-state by himself. Of course, the president has problems with that. And hopefully the Abraham Accords will continue. But I want to bring up a point that I meant to actually mention on the last panel. Two-state solution is supposed to be a solution for peace. That's the name. But tell me what part about segregating the Middle East makes anyone more peaceful. So Israel right now has religious freedom. Muslims, Christians, atheists, Jews, everyone has the right of religious freedom there. Arabs have full rights in Israel. So explain to me how it's fair or right that in the West Bank and in Gaza, Jews are not allowed there, only Muslim Arabs are, but that's a solution for peace? Isn't that the definition of racism and apartheid, to segregate people by religion? Yet that's supposed to be a fair solution? That doesn't sound peaceful to me, Pierce.
All right, Wajahat, your response to that.
Can I respond to this?
Well, let Wajahat respond.
Well, Pierce, you've had me on your show for the past year, and even though we have our disagreements, we have several agreements as well, especially with Israel's occupation of the West Bank and its treatment of Palestinians under occupation and the involvement of the violent settlers. One thing that is consistent with every single one of Trump's picks so far is that there are very hardcore right-wing pro-Israel talks. That's the one thing that's shared by all sides. Now, what we're seeing in Israel for the past year, many people call it genocide, war crimes, just numerous deaths. You and I have been in agreement about the numerous victims that we have all seen being killed by Israel. Donald Trump told Benjamin Netanyahu, who apparently speaks to him every day, go ahead and finish it, right? Do what you want. If you look at Mike Huckabee, of all the people who appoint as ambassador to Israel, in this fraught moment where a lot of folks, it wasn't a major factor, but it was a factor. The war in Israel is a factor for a lot of Democrats to not vote for Kamala. That's why they didn't vote or went for Trump. Mike Huckabee refuses to call it, Israel Palestine. He says Judea and Samaria. He refuses to say it's an occupation. He refuses to call them settlements. He calls them communities. He's a hard right white Christian nationalist on this. Also, the Mideast envoy that Trump picked, Stephen Witkoff, completely inexperienced, but hardcore Bibi supporter, Netanyahu supporter, hardcore Trump donor, zero experience, but it's all in. Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, hardcore interventionist, pro-Israel hawk. Now, look at the disaster of the past 13 months. Of all the choices that he could have made, this does not signal a person who wants peace. What it does is embolden Netanyahu, who's become more extreme, fired Yoav Gallant, who's already extreme defense minister. They're going to take it all. They're going to take it all. And once they take it all, imagine the chaos, the violence. And especially if Netanyahu fulfills his ambitions to attack Iran, the Middle East is going to be a tinder keg, a powder keg. And U.S. is going to be completely complicit in that. What will that do to us, our forces, our security? It is a disastrous pick, and I think that's one thing that all folks, regardless of who they voted for, should be really concerned about. Are these going to be pro-Israel hawks who are going to throw gasoline into the fire of the Middle East and embolden extremists like Netanyahu? I hope there's some sane cool heads there.
Okay.
So far,
I just want to respond quickly to that. First of all, a lot of people don't know this, but Stephen Witkoff has a lot of experience in the Middle East. Because of his businesses and Trump's words, everything he touches turns to gold, he has a lot of foreign relationships, as a politician would through his businesses. So it's good that he has friendships overseas, including Qatar and all over the Middle East. Now, to go back to Mike Huckabee's point, the reason I prompted this question, which you failed to answer, is I was thinking today, okay, let's say Huckabee gets his way, and the Jewish settlements allegedly are removed from the West Bank, and Gaza goes back to the Arabs. How is that a solution for peace? You didn't answer my question. Why is it fair that Muslim Arabs are allowed in Israel, but Jews are not allowed in the West Bank or Gaza?
Before we come to Clay, Wajahat, just on that point, what is the answer to that question?
I just want to know, does he think that that's normal or fair?
I think anyone who's witnessed this and anyone who cares about human rights and security knows that you have to end the occupation. Israel has to end the occupation.
The Jews can't live in the West Bank. Is that your answer?
A pathway towards self-determination. Jews already live in the West Bank. They occupy. They get the best water, the best security. They have Palestinian land. They're not going to come out. You don't see the support, unfortunately. All that Palestinians have, just on your show. Wait, all the Palestinians have is a moth-ridden piece of land, barely held together, 22%.
This.
And with that, even Palestinians are saying,
Please.
fine, you
I
occupy
beg
this
your
vast land,
indulgence.
you have the settlements,
I've
it's
waited
22%
so
of black
long.
If
We
not
must
that,
not dally.
why,
The
can I
work
say this?
compels
Why
us.
are you
The
okay
vault
with
was supposed to have
occupying?
a very specific
Why
set
are
of
you okay with
residents.
anybody
After
being
all,
occupied? And why
to
are you
conduct
okay with
human
denying
trials,
people?
you need the
You know what an
privilege of
occupation is? If
subjects.
Muslims and
So you're
Arabs
with
were
my
not allowed in Israel with full sovereignty, I want a two-state solution.
I got you
And
on
part of
tape.
a solution,
You occupy.
part of a solution,
So
yeah,
what makes
okay.
Okay,
Part
let
of
me,
a
all right,
solution is
Healthy.
peace.
let me,
There's
let
no
me,
peace when you
Well,
segregate. That's
enough.
racist.
And
Aaron,
people
your
we can
response
get
to
an
that?
It's a
accurate
segregation.
baseline
The
on
state is
quickly.
founded on ethnic
And
cleansing.
they
Emily,
need
if
a
you care about
willingness to take
segregation,
on a
listen
certain
to the Israeli
element
group
of
Beth
risk.
Tselem, which says that Israel is a Jewish supremacist
After all
state.
these years,
Millions of
you don't
Palestinians
wanna
live under military
leave?
occupation,
When
and
I
you also
finally
forget
have a
that
chance to
millions can't go
complete my
back to their
mission,
homes inside
never.
what is now Israel because
It's
they were
all I've
expelled
been
in
thinking
1948. You
dreamed
completely
about
inverted
for
reality.
hundreds
It's
of
Israel that
years.
practices segregation as official state policy,
No,
and
they
will
have
never
religious
have peace.
freedom.
But the people
I'm not
yeah,
gonna toy with people's
Palestinians
lives.
inside Israel
Think of the
has
greater good
millions
here.
of Palestinians under occupation do
But
not.
fine.
It's a complete
You're
lie.
all right,
running the
let me bring in,
It's
experiments.
free.
Palestinians
If
have
you
the right
choose a
to
let me bring in
risk-free
Clay
path,
to wrap things up here. Clay,
it
let's
will
take a bigger
compromise
picture
the
view
value of the
of the world.
research. But that's on your
Because
head.
Trump's now got an incredible
Choose wisely.
mandate from the American
Now,
people to pretty much do
I
what
see
Trump
you've
wants to
already
years.
turned on the Vault's
In
radio
your
beacon.
ideal world, Clay
Good.
Travis, what
While
does the
we
world
wait
look
for
like
word
in
to
2 years'
spread,
time in terms of America's
perhaps you might use this
place?
time to
How
explore
things play out.
Vault 88. If you can clear some of the rubble,
Look,
you may
Donald
be
Trump
able
is going to
to
bring
access
peace.
some of
I
the
really
other
believe
building
this through
sectors.
strength. And
Any
let me give you an
materials
example
or
of something that
equipment that
Kamala was
survived
never
may
able to
prove
answer and that I've
useful in
never
our
heard a Democrat
experiments.
answer. If Trump was such a stooge of Vladimir Putin, why did Vladimir Putin wait till Trump left office to invade Ukraine? The answer, I think quite clearly, is he was afraid of how Trump would respond. He knew how Biden would respond, and he didn't fear him at all. That actually makes things more dangerous. Authoritarians, dictators respond based on threats, based on a fear of what the other side might do. Democrats are too weak. That leads to more war. I think the same thing has happened with Iran. I don't think, remember, all of this mess started when Hamas invaded Israel and killed 1,200 innocent people in cold blood, mothers, babies, children, entirely because of the fact that they were Jewish. And let me just say this on the Mike Huckabee front. So, big picture, peers, I think Trump is going to threaten dictators around the world with American power, and that threat, which he's acted on with Soleimani and other instances. Remember, ISIS, they aren't around very much anymore, does motivate their actions to be
Feel
more
free to
rational
explore.
and more embracing of
Oh,
peace.
keep
I
an
also
eye out
love,
for
by the way,
candidates.
the argument that Trump is now putting Israel first with Mike Huckabee instead of America first. Wait a minute. What is the left-wing argument about Trump? The closing argument
free
from
to
Kamala
explore.
was that he's Hitler.
Oh, keep
Did
an eye
Hitler
out for
ever put
candidates.
Jews first? So now we're shifting, now that Trump has won the election, to Trump doesn't care about America. He cares about Israel more than America? Wait a minute, is he Hitler or not? Remember, Mike Huckabee, I think, is a great choice, Piers, because in America, there is a huge overlap of evangelicals in the South, but all over the country. I was raised one as a Southern Baptist who believed that Israel, and Jewish people are the greatest people in the history of the world because Jesus was Jewish. Mike Huckabee fuses that union of the Republican Party between the evangelical base that also supports Israel. And I'll also point out, by the way, the Hitler argument, always outrageous on its face. One reason that Trump won in Michigan in particular, he got more Jewish vote, Pennsylvania more Jewish vote. This argument that Trump is somehow a racist, sexist unifier of all of the awful things in America completely ignores that many minorities, Asian, Hispanic, Black, Jewish, Muslim, all came together for Trump in record numbers compared to his run in 2016 and 2020. America first doesn't mean the world last. It actually makes the world better. Clay, the problem the Democrats, I've got to hang on, the problem the Democrats are going to have in the short term is there simply is no answer to that. The facts don't lie. It was a massive, wide-ranging coalition of people from every demographic, every creed and colour, all saying, you know what, we've looked at the Democrats,
and we don't fancy it, thanks. We're going with Trump. Just going to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed to the panel. Excellent debate, as always. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Play well said.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Oh, and then you turn out to support a Republican. Wow, do they come for the left hates the apostate.
Oh,
but
fucking
it's
shit.
I did.
They got his legs! I'm sorry, Kitty. We're hunting. We're hunting. They're big
TV. Today we're going to be Elon.
Ah ha 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 ha. You're ours now, buddy.
Very much.
Explosive rounds, man.
Due to his close
Explosive
budding
rounds.
Trump.
Yeah.
the United States. Douglas Murray, his very own Douglas Murray, has written a cover piece this week called The Planet Elon, in which he explores this extraordinary logic in humanity.
Are we pack rats now, sir?